3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff. Liftoff. Americans return to space as Discovery clears the tower.
Welcome back to TTM Trades. Let's jump right into the end of the week recap. My top 3 for this week was CHFS, LODE, PGH, and APHB. So I like to do an end of week recap just in case anybody jumped in on those 4 that I called based off my top 3 for the week, and they may find themselves in a predicament where they may be down or up or whatever the case may be, and they're just trying to get some guidance on where to go next. So do my end of the week recap on those top 4, well, top 3 plus 1, and then that should give whoever jumped in based off my calls the warm and fuzzy. So first one, APHB. Let's just do some peer chart analysis. So ticker APHB, as you can see here, first and foremost, we are still in that bullish zone of the RSI. Remember, I told you anytime a stock is holding strong by the bulls, then it would stay between that area of 40 to 90 typically, but I mark mine right at 80. But 40 to 90, and anytime it drops down, it'll find that 50 line of support and that 40 line of support. So looking at ticker APHB. Hold on one sec. All right, so let's draw some trend lines. As you can see, we're making higher lows as we draw this across. All right, I had a low at 82. As you can see, 95, and then here 102. All right. Now, if you look at this pattern, there's a clear line of resistance where this can hold. You see where this topped out at 35. If we draw this straight across, guess where it matches up to? 35 right over here. The pattern we're essentially forming here is an ascending triangle pattern over time. All right, as you can see, it started back mid-November, and it's been building up over the course of the past 3 months. So clear resistance at 135 straight across, came down, hit bottom. We're making higher highs as we go. We had this gap up right here, actually found support right on that 35, gapped up again, and then just gapped down right back below it. Okay, so the bears pushed us right back into the channel, and we're finding support on this trend line. As you can see, on Monday, we pushed up to test this line of resistance, and then we got rejected Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So right now we're holding, it looks like, the area of support right now. And I'm gonna put a red line because if we break the area of support, it's not good. The area of support that's holding was the past resistance. So now you can see we're in this channel. All right, as you can see, now the support is resistance. See, resistance, resistance, failed, 3 fails, gap up, came back down, and now we're holding that past resistance as support. Remember the golden rule: past resistance should become old support, and old support should become past resistance. All right, and that puts us back in this channel here where you had this nice price action before it broke down. Now we're back in this channel. So what we're looking at, a good entry right now, just in case we fall back towards this trend line. Your immediate area of support is 110. Your secondary area of support is 105. As long as you hold in this general area, next week you should begin pushing back up into this 135 area and even higher to break above and possibly fill this gap right around the 150 price range. All right, so this is the channel that we should be operating in next week. So if you got in somewhere in the 130s, then don't worry. If you're down 15 cents and you're at a loss, this will bounce back and head up and retest that 135 and maybe even make a higher high at 150 to fill this gap. If you did not get in and you're looking for a stock to play next week, this might be a safe bet for a quick profit. Try to make your entry at 110, 105, play the bounce, and either take your exit at 135 to 150, more than likely 150, so we create this higher high. Next is CHFS. CHFS. I think I've covered this one enough for the week. But as you can see, we are still holding this channel with clear resistance right at this 480 range and 287 being the clear bottom. Okay, here, hold on, let me zoom in because we're pretty far out. Let's do a 3-month window. So as you can see, we're in that channel right there, and we're on this trend line. Let's make this white. We're holding this 287 and marking these lows. All right, I mean, we literally closed right on the trend line this past Friday. So as you can see, again, another ascending triangle pattern. We are working our way into this wedge, making higher lows, low, 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 and then we have another low, each low being higher than the previous one. So since we're sitting right on this trend line Friday that we closed on, then next week we should start seeing ourselves again make a bounce off of this trend line and begin heading back up to retest this 480 area of resistance. But what we ultimately want to see is a breakthrough and a gap fill right at that $8 range, and then we want to work our way pretty much in this channel right here. All right, and then start creating higher highs and higher lows in this channel right here. So first we need to break out of this ascending triangle, work our way into this $5 to $8 range, fill this gap, and then once we start working our way into here, then we can start working our way back up. Areas of profit, again, work our way in this channel, and then we're looking at 1127, 1385. The golden retracement is $16.45. So bare minimum, again, like always I tell you, once you get the breakout and you start heading into these price targets, put a tight trailing stop loss on your stock, so that way if it pulls back, then you lock in your profit, can enter back in at a lower area and then ride it back up to retest at 24.84. But CHFS is still holding well. As you can see, we closed right on the trend line. Next up we have PGH. All right, so PGH, as you can see, here, let's put ourselves, I love the rectangle box because I can always stick us in the channel. As you can see, 71 is the immediate resistance with 71 being the immediate support down here, as you can see, tested multiple times, and 93 being the immediate resistance, as you can see here and in the past, failed multiple times. Okay, so failed, came down, found 71 as support, came back up, failed, and now we're heading back down to more than likely retest this 71 as support. Now if we find that 71 as support, what we're looking at here is a descending triangle pattern. Now this is a known bearish pattern. As you can see, we had a high here, came up, another high, again another high, and now we're coming down. So this is traditionally a bearish pattern. Reason being is because the bulls make a high, then they drop back down, then they make a lower high, again drop back down, make a lower high. So it shows that the bulls can't push this up any further, they're struggling, and then the bears are constantly holding the bulls from breaking it above this line. Now, like I said, traditionally known as a bearish pattern, but it can also be very bullish. So what you want to watch going into next week is that this comes down, touches that 71 support, and then it may have a bounce off. First, the 71 support needs to hold, have a bounce off the 71 support, and then head back up into this descending downtrend line, okay, which will probably go from 71 support and head up into that 80 to 82 resistance as this trend continues. Now, if you have a break above this trend line and it holds, then that's bullish. If we come back up, hit that line of resistance and come back down, now we're working our way into this tight channel as we move forward. And then now you have to be mindful of a break of that 71 support, a break below and or a break above this descending line of resistance following this downtrend. So keep this in mind. If you can get in at 71, that's a safe play, and hold and see if you can make this break above this line of resistance. If not, then I would keep a tight stop loss right below 71, so that way if it breaks that support, you immediately exit out and take a very, very small loss. And last but not least, ticker LODE. All right, so ticker LODE, as you can see here. Oh, that's a nice line of resistance right here. So ticker LODE, as you can see here, this area right here of 38 is great support. It's holding well. All right. Recently, well, past 36 was a great support. It broke out of the channel, created a new low way down here. You brushed your hair, big guy?
See?
It looks good. It looks good. Make sure you go dry off, okay? All right, that's my son telling me he brushes. So 36 was a great support, broke through that channel, fell down, bottomed out right here at 26. A lot of accumulation. Bulls automatically bought those shares and pushed it back up into the channel. Now we're looking at 37 to 38 as support. So we're back in the channel with 46 to 47 as resistance. So as you can see here, came up, tested that line of resistance, and now we are pulling back. Now remember, old resistance will become new support. So as you can see here, we was in a small channel in the past where this 41 cents was clear resistance. Right now that we're pulling back, it looks like the 41 cents will now become support. You see that in this channel, 41 resistance, 37 support. Broke out of this channel. We could not break that main line of resistance right at 47 cents. Came back down, but look what we found support at, right on top of our old resistance. So this is a great area to enter in, right at 41 cents. You should get a nice bounce of this off of this area heading into next week, and then head back up to retest that high of 49. So a 41 to 49 cent, that's an 8-cent spread, which isn't bad. And then even if you create a new high and work your way back into this area over here, then this will still be a nice spike up for profit. As you can see, this old area of support where it broke down at. So retest at 41, break through our area of resistance at 47, and then we want to work our way back up into this channel where the support was at, right at 64. So this could be a great play. It looks like next week you'll have that bounce and then begin heading back up to make a higher high right in this 60 cents range, where the next line of resistance will be due to this area of support right here. All right, that's my end of the week recap for those who got in on these four based off my calls: CHFS, LODE, PGH, and APHB. Hopefully that helped you out if you entered any of those plays based off my calls. Remember, it is up to you to pull the trigger. Never enter a stock without a plan. Never enter a stock without a plan. And then once you enter a stock with a plan, make sure you execute it and do not let your emotions get in the way. TTM Trades, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Till next time, I'll be doing my end of the month small account challenge recap that will be posted later on this evening.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.